Hey, good morning. Um, yeah, I'm just checking what had earnings and then putting some alerts in case they move. Ah, damn. I'm looking at the wrong ones. I was looking at after the close today on a lot of these. Okay, Disney. Yeah, not interested. No. Uber. Okay. And Novo Nordisk. That's NVO, I think. No, wouldn't be interested. Teva. Mm, yeah, I suppose. It's got to get above this pivot, which it's basically at. There's going to be a bunch of alerts going off at the open, I think. So we're going to be blasting through some possible immediate entries. Teva Unity. No. No, I don't think so. Let's see. This pullback was 50%. No, I'll put a alert that if it breaks that pivot, maybe I'm interested. I want to know what's going on. Unity Vistra Energy, that's VST. Okay, I already have an alert on that. Barrick Gold, not interested. Gold Flex. Ah, yeah, this is a pattern. If this pushes up over this pivot, I'm interested. Nice. I didn't even know about that one. That goes on the list. I like that chart. See, that's the kind of writing I do where later I look back and I say, does that say Flev or Flex? So I did not make my X. The bottom of my X is too small. Oscar Bungie. BG. No, no thanks. So, but look at these. Oh, Carvana also. Oh, after hours, Carvana will be reporting, and boy, it is teed up. If Carvana works out, and look at this though. ARM, no, not necessarily. A little bit. Uh, App. Never mind. I was going to show you something, but I don't know where they are now. Oh, Cliff, DoorDash. Yeah, get to that in 1 second. Okay, so App Love and After Hours. We're going to be for a break above that pivot. Where did the arm? Okay, CLF. Yeah, it's just straight down. Axon. There, see, so this is teed up pretty nicely. It's perked up in the mid cheat area of this pullback. Earnings is after hours, so I put an alert to let me know tomorrow or whenever we break above that pivot. Bros, similar, a little bit weaker, but it's there. You know, the chart is looking pretty good. Dash, say, if we can get above today's high, yesterday's high, I think that could be good. Oxy, these are all after hours, coming later today. No, BBB or what? What is the ticker on this? The company is called BBB. BB on Nasdaq. Is that Bed Bath and Beyond? No. Well, I don't know what ticker that is. Baker Boyer Bank Corp. Over the counter probably. No, that's not even BBB. Oh, never mind. And then Catalyst, and which I think is Catalyst Bank Corp. No. All right. So, and then after hours yesterday, we also had SMCI. So we got to check in on these. Anything that's teed up and set up to run today. After hours, we had AMD. Nope. Rivian. Nope. We want a nice chart. T Tempest. Okay. We want a nice chart and a pivot that could be broken. Uh, what is that? FT? Very tiny to see. Okay, see that's kind of teed up. You see, where is it? It must be way up there because I'm not even seeing where it is in the pre-market. Oh, actually, it doesn't have pre-market trading, I believe. All right. Well, anyway, on that one, the information I must have the wrong thing up on that, so we're gonna skip that. Tuesday after the close. Where did I get FT? I don't know. Arista. We have 3 minutes before the market opens. Arista Networks. Here we go. Yeah. See, this one's just been running and running. It didn't have the greatest recent relative strength, but if it were to get up and over this pivot, it's kind of bottom reversing. So we're interested on if it can get above that pivot level right there. Handle cheat, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a pivot, you know. It's not really a pivot. Astria Labs, Astera Labs, A Lab. Okay. No, that chart's not great. Upstart, no. Win, no. And Lucid Motors. I think it's LCID, but yeah, it is. No. Okay. So probably the most liquid and interesting is going to be Uber. So that's a big, nice, mature base. I mean, we could really get something out of that. But okay, market opens in 2 minutes. We have the Fed today at 2 p.m. and then the press conference of the Fed at 2:30. So let's watch out for that today. And the market's going to be a bit light in volume, presumably, until that moment, and it's going to lack direction. Taking a look at the market, yeah, so I mean, the market could just stay in this area, which might feel like up or down or red or green, until the Fed meeting. It's still all negligible. It's just nothing until the Fed comes with their decision, which is, going to be what it's supposed to be, which is no cut, but it's going to come with over the next hour and a half with a bunch of information coming from the press conference, and that's what's going to move the market. Whether it's, I guess, looking recessionary, or that everything's a-okay. So, we'll see what that what is said. All right, so market opens in 45 seconds, and I already did check pre-market movers. Let's see, there's ASST for the day traders, ASST, and maybe CNA. ASST looks great, and then CNA for day trading. CNA, not really, not as much. But I'm going to be focused on looking at what comes up alerted. Here we go, because there's going to be a bunch of alerts, I'm pretty sure. Maybe none. Okay, there we go. That's one. Okay, we're starting to get them to come in. Yeah. AEM, which I'm already in yesterday, somehow alerted. I don't know how it alerted. It's going to get stopped out in a second here if it doesn't stop breaking. That's it. That's a stop out on AEM. So never mind that. All right, HRTG. For a breakout on that, and instead it's already gotten way away from us. Let's see, what percentage away from us is it? 5%. That's too far gone already. All right, so not HRTG. TLN. it's at an interesting point. TLN, TLN, TLN. Core, I already looked at. Did I look at Core? Okay. And then HRTG, AEM, TLN. Okay, and now it's alerting Teva, which reported earnings. Okay, clear those all off. So Teva is an entry if it can get above this point and sustainably get above that point. Teva. I mean, just looking at how it's charting here, trading, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we can kind of semi-ignore that alert. I'm going to push it up just a tiny bit, a couple of cents, so it doesn't keep triggering all day or something. All right. So we're in the clear. We're out of the gate. A minute and 45 seconds into the open. How is ASST going? It doesn't want to run yet, but I'd be watching that closely because it's going to probably try to run at least once. And when it does, from the looks of it, could be quite a nice move. But I'm going to focus on stock picks, growth names. So Spotify, which I'm in. All right, continuing to stay strong. LRN, staying nice, high and tight. Really? Teva is turned around? I don't believe it. Ah, pre-market high 1750. Okay, let's go take a look at Teva for a second. I see. Okay. So low of the day is 1660. So we're talking about 40 cents of risk on a catalyst day. Pivot break, yes it is. So I'd go full position on that. So 1,250 shares, really? That doesn't seem right. I must have did the math wrong. Yeah, that is right. I don't think it's going to let me have that. Oh, it did. Put me into a $2,500 margin call, but that's okay. All right, and I'm already up 82 bucks, of course, because I have 1,250 shares. Any movement's going to be like crazy. But yes, Catalyst Day through a pivot, so I'm interested. We do have 200 SMA overhead to worry about, but Teva, okay. How about assist? How's that? There it is. There's the breakout on assist. Hopefully you got in for a day trade if you're day trading it. That's all I'd be interested in on that one. Older. Let's see. Let's see if I've got anything moving strongly. The LMB. Okay, we just got an alert for TJX. So I'm going to look at that. See, okay, that's an entry on TJX. It's a handle, cup and handle. Perfect moment to get in on TJX. You can do a tester position if you like. 128 would be the stop, or even prior day 127.50. But that's an entry, and I actually will be alerting that one because such a big handle, such a big cup and handle is quite the opportunity. $128 or 127. That's officially alerted on TJX. And I'm in margin right now, so I can't get it, though I want it badly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thumb through all my positions and see if there's anything worth cutting. Maybe I could rotate into it. Didn't cut this one. Nutex, MCK. Am I cutting out, by the way? Are you hearing everything? All right. MCK. Looking good, but earnings are coming. Let's see. Tomorrow night. Okay, so technically I could potentially hold that another day. Okay, MCK, Spotify, we already looked at. I'll take another look at it. Okay. AEM, I was in yesterday. See, that one is a little bit not performing. AEM. AEM. Oh, I'm out of it. Okay, yeah. Stopped out of it. We don't play those games. Bad is bad. Walmart, all right, hanging in there quite nicely. Spotify I already looked at, so what moved up? Oh, AT&T. Okay, ooh, AT&T looking quite fine here. I'm wondering if I want to add. Well, I can't anyway, but this could be an ad. Oh, I already have a decently sized position. All right, just gonna let that flow. AT&T, Walmart, Spotify, BSX. Yeah, that's doing all right. Sprouts Farmers Market. That was staying pulled back, but the volume is low. LMB and CRK moved up, but it's pulling back. That's a sign of a reversal. On CRK, I could potentially close that position and then rotate into the other one. Thinking about whether I want to do that. See how it looks. What happened? ASST, I guess, halted. Okay, CRK. Gonna need 4 points to an uptrend on CRK. Oh, yeah, right. What I'm thinking about is selling it. Gonna have to keep watching. Gonna have to keep watching on CRK. There was really nothing I'd care to cut. LMB. All right, let's watch the market stream too at the same time. Hood. People are talking about Hood. Some people are talking about Spotify. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of movement on this market on any decent names unless there's some news about them. Otherwise, everybody else is just hanging in there to see the final, word on the Fed rate. LRN, this is the one where my subsidized exiting, well, this was not the one I illustrated the other day, but my subsidized exiting financed my break even stop, my stop to be break even, I guess is how you would say that. And one that is likely I can just allow to ride the 50 moving average for the life of the thing. Actually, I probably would let it ride the 100. Let me see if I can add the 100 to this. I'm just debating whether or not to take off the 5 and just change that to the 100. But I really love my 5. Yeah, I'll go for, I don't think I want it to be purple. White. Didn't it change color? Strange. Huh. Maybe there's another spot here. Okay. Weekly move. Okay. It's this one, number 5. No, daily moving average. Intraday daily moving average number 5. This one. Okay. There we go. And I could probably make it thinner. No, I don't like how that looks. But I'm going to bring it opacity down just a little bit so it doesn't bug. Okay. There we go. See how it seems like it's respecting the 100. Really respect the 100. Yes, it'll be a tough one. We'll see how that goes. All right. That's LRN, a good position that I'm holding. Up off the open the most, 2.3% from its open is Nuthex. Very good. We're at about 50-50 growth, breadth in growth. 50-50. So now let's take a look at the market. The market, like I said, it's just going to hang in there today until 2 p.m. Then it's going to move. Obviously, it's obviously going to be unchanged, the Fed rate at 2 p.m. So, but there will be unleashed some movement when that happens. However, it'll be 2:30 to 3 to closing when all the comments and analysts' reactions to comments and reports are being released on all the comments about what is said. That's going to just cause all kinds of movement and correction in the market. So that's what we're going to be waiting for on that. Looks like HIMS day 2 follow through on earnings. Let's see. Monday evening, so Tuesday was this huge catalyst day that we missed, but now this is it. HIMS is happening, and I don't have any buying power. But HIMS, for anybody else, stop at low of the day today, 47. If it breaks over yesterday's high, that's an entry. That'd be 50-50. $50.50. Stop at 47. Put a pretend entry here. Kind of get a sense for it. It's a 6.42% risk to stop upon entry, but this thing moves almost over 11% per day. So you could easily get a free subsidized stop out of it the same day, if not even 2 to 1, which would allow you to have an even lower stop. Break even. All right, so HIMS, and I probably should put an alert on that. However, I won't be able to get in today unless I can start to clear something out. What could I get out of here? I'm up on everything. Oh no, I'm down on, what is this? Well, yeah, Sprouts Farmers Market. It's just the volume on that is not really that bad. But I mean, I guess, it's not performing. I could probably cut it. Well, let's look at some other names while that stuff shapes up a little bit. Palantir. Quite pulled back on the recent earnings, like 10% or more. And going to kind of have to prove itself a bit. An entry could be here above earnings high if it comes with stop at low of the day, or since it's so close by, you might as well go prior day low 105. So when and if that comes, it'd have to break up prior high, ER high, which is 114. Palantir. We just got something alerted. Penumbra. Okay, just barely. It just tickled this resistance trend line over here. You can see how those resistance trend lines came up. They made for good entries when solidly pushing up and over them. Well, I mean, this is not really one. That's just, but that's what I'm kind of looking at here. I'd like to enter somewhere up here. I'd like to see it move a little more, but I'm glad it let me know. So around 297, something like that. On Penn. And like I said yesterday, reading charts is a great skill to become great at. But man, even more valuable skill is setting alerts and reacting to them swiftly and quickly. That's more important in some sense. But that doesn't mean the other one's not important. It's more valuable, right? Still getting good movement on everything other than Sprouts Farmers Market. And even Sprouts Farmers Market's like going down a little bit today. I'm going down a little bit on AT&T, or at least at the moment today, but I am up on that position. If I can get 1-to-1 out on Teva from the full position, I probably will take it. Well, I'll take a piece off anyway if that comes. Yeah, we're looking for some follow through. My entry is at 1706. I'll put that in with a stop at, what did I say? I think 1660. Yeah, I think I did say 1660, 40 cents. But with the way my entry was, I got 45 cents. So this is a, you have potential to get all the way up above this pivot and to this underbelly of this previous price action on this one. This pivot here, this point, I don't know, I keep calling it pivot. We are looking for Teva to break 1750. That will bring a lot of confidence, and in fact, in pre-market, kind of topped out at 1751. So this is quite the key level to break over. So I will probably sell some at 1749. I'll put that order in now. Right below the 50 resistance level. I would sell 10, start at 10%. I'm selling the 10%. Let's see what other names we got going on today. So Carvana is going to report in after hours. So it's really perked up and tight. Everybody wants in, but nobody wants to pay up for it. What else is moving this morning? NRG, a lot of energy names doing well, and their charts look outstanding. And we got earnings on energy coming up. This is a handle essentially in a cup, so let's draw that out a little bit. That's essentially what we're looking at. And since it's kind of up and over already. Oh, actually, it looks like it could be even higher. So it's just cupping at the moment, and not necessarily handling. But that's the general idea right there, that one. And that's a mature 4-month base right there on energy. Oh, and I will put an alert as to if price were to break above the all-time high or recent high, whatever that is there. There you go. Alerts are one of the most valuable things in your trading weaponry. Look at this ULS. Whew. Whoever was on top of ULS, You're sitting pretty now if you were looking for that break right there. Ooh, 58 to 69. Kind of like looks like a lot, but it's only what 30%, 20%, which is a lot, and it's still going, but it doesn't look so. It doesn't look as a cataclysmic as whatever that name was yesterday. That was quite a name. Let me see, what was that? It was RGC, if you remember. Like that's just crazy. RGC recently started moving, moved to 69, then pulled back for 2 months, and then once it broke 69, moved all the way to 250 in 3 days. Pulled back and closed at 150 yesterday, and this morning has been messing around with the upper, like around 180, 190 range. But obviously, that's a day trade type of situation and scary and volatile, chaotic. It's not something to be holding. But that breakout there was, if you're looking for high octane day trades, that had potential. ASST, I guess, is out of the halt. When it came out of the halt, pulled back and halted. Then, when it opened from the halt, was lower, but then got bought up, and I believe maybe moved up and halted here, and then opened higher, and it's just been a halt fest. So, very difficult name to trade, a lot of halts, and but the higher the risk, the potentially higher the reward, but also higher the risk. Okay, so you gotta know what you're doing. If Teva comes and taps 1750, then I will get that 10% order filled. And at that point, we'll know because it will make the sound that it tapped it. In the meantime, let's look at any other names. AS Sports, TPR. See, that's a very nice setup. I don't know if you recognize this, but this has been showing up in a lot of different charts where just before earnings, we're basically getting above this a whole shelf, what I call a shelf, an inner shelf, a shelf and pullback. So what I'm going to do is I'm not interested in getting it today, although it looks great. Thursday morning. Okay, so what I will do though is I'm going to want to know when it breaks this pivot here. No, so I'm going to set an alert because tomorrow if it comes up and over that, I'd like to be on top of it and catch tail of the tiger. Great. Tony the Tiger, great. IBKR. See, look at it. There it is again. I don't know if you're seeing it, if you're able to see it with your eyes, but it's quite obvious here. But this one's not before earnings, but there's a lot of these setups which had a little bit of hell because of tariff in the market situation, but came right on back from that 200 and are just testing that shelf area. So this will be another one that I would set an alert on, and I almost like this more because it isn't because of earnings that it would move. It's because of slow, controlled, measured movement. We like low volatility because low volatility means up. High volatility means down. High volatility does not attract money. Low volatility does. Moving over to IBKR. That looks pretty good. I'd like to put that on my list. Just my page is getting pretty full now. All right. Everything's up now, even Sprouts Farmers Market. Not across the market. I'm just saying all my positions are green at the moment. And, that's a good thing for the day. Well, they're all green as well. No, which one is this? Yeah, Sprouts Farmers Market remains in the red a little bit. But everything's moving green from the open. The largest of which is Teva, which I'm in. From its open, because it's earnings, it made a big move. And on my ADR column, it shows that this is a larger than ADR day so far. I believe that's what that means. Let's see. Teva. Yeah, this is moving 4.58% so far today in total width of the day. And normally it's 4.45%. So this is a larger than ADR day, but that's totally typical of ER. I'm just talking out loud here, just letting you know. Okay, HIMS is at the top. HIMS is getting really close. I don't know if any of you are going to get into that, but that'd be an entry at 50.50 with a stop at 47. It's a beautiful looking one. I'm going to post that here in the call out section. HIMS, if breaks 50.50, entry, stop 47. It's like right here, like any second now. I mean, this is the moment of truth. Oh, you wanted me to talk about GitLab? Are you still there? I pulled it up at one point. Yeah, it does not look good. Kind of sideways and relatively weak. Docs. Now, looking at all those other charts, this is what's great about looking at charts back to back to back to back to back. You can see that this doesn't have that shelf situation. This didn't, reclaim a lot and get all perked up before earnings, but it might still do that because earnings is a week away. It might have a nice day today. Who knows? Break that little pivot. Could be a cheat entry and then follow through. But even then, it wouldn't be perked up, and you'd need like back to back, like 7 green days in a row just to perk it up. But you know what could happen is on ER, it could be positive ER and put in a day like that, which would break this pivot, and we would definitely enter right there. Probably be able to get, if that happens, that's called a breakaway gap. Then we definitely want in. So I'm going to put a alert around there. And we'll be alerted at some point here. That's Docs. Carvana, Roblox, DFS. We looked at Carvana. Carvana's got earnings coming in after hours. Roblox had earnings recently, and you could call this like a handle entry in a cup. It had earnings recently. So this is like a handle entry. It like pulled back. That's just the kind of like handle that you're looking for. It's a entry in a handle. Okay. So you could get in now with stop at low of the day would be pretty tight. You'd be able to get your risk unit pretty easily, I would think. Close to the top of a large cup and handle, no handle, cup breakout with that tiny little handle that we just showed you. So this is a very nice entry right here on Roblox. Stop at bottom of the day, which is 70.80, $70.80, 70.80. If for whatever reason you wanted to take a full position, that would be a tester, half, third, or quarter position. But if you wanted to take a full position, then you would put your stop at the pivot low right there at 68.50. Otherwise, it's 70.80, $70.80. There's the HIMS breakout. For those of you who want to get HIMS, this outstanding looking entry happening, an ER follow through. Probably should be able to get your 1-to-1 risk off break even finance stop by the end of the day easily if it does what it's supposed to do, but it looks like it's doing it. And the entry's happening. It's going up and up and up as we're talking. There was that situation. Stop at 47. I already posted about it. You got it right there. There goes Hims. Back to Roblox. I just want to make sure I get my cup illustrated on there. It's really over here. And we're up and out already, essentially. Just getting a handle and pull back. That's definitely a good entry there on Roblox today. Nice little secret tree. Just like that. See, it's coming right on through that breakout level again, 71.70, whatever that is. Back to Hims. It is definitely following through. There it goes. It's blasting off. Was at 50-50 our entrance. Now it's hitting 51. Okay, getting a little pullback. So stop is 47. Stop should be 47. And once you get the 1-to-1 risk unit, you have the option of selling half, which completely finances your stop. Makes it a break-even trade at your stop. Okay, I'm getting some good movement from Spotify, it seems. Not more than an ADR, but yeah, that's an entry in Spotify, by the way. If you're not in it, that's a handle entry in Spotify. See how that's a little handle? It's a little, we're waiting for a little cheat entry and a little handle. That's where you get your handles. That's where you get your cheat entries. So that'd be a cheat entry in Spotify. I already have, I believe, a full position. Maybe it's not. Oh, it is a full position, I think. In any event, I have a decently sized position already. But, ER's out, and it's been moving ever since. This ER down here. There we go. And today's an entry with a stop at low of the day, which is something like 632. Low 633. It is 633. 646 here entry. On Spotify, cheat entry 633. Stop. All right, Hims has pulled back to the entry, so you're still okay there, and you want that stop to be all the way down to 47. We are looking for follow through. It is a ER continuation type of trade, so that is not a tester position. That's more of a full position, although you can do a test if you want. It's your life. That's better in some sense. All right, we're getting a lot of things moving correctly that we're holding, but the market is not necessarily moving. So it's almost too good. It's almost too good to be true. You gotta watch out when things aren't working. I'm gonna blast through all my positions and see what's going on. So everything's green from the open. LRN looking fine. Teva's doing its thing. We're waiting for that peel off at 1749. So we're getting follow through on Teva. NutX is now pulling back. Okay. All right, that one's pulling back a little bit. We had that Spotify is moving. MCK. Oh yeah, that's one thing that's taken off. I've been waiting for that. Look at all these like slightly moving days. Finally, we have a blast off, and it looks like it's about to break the high there. So I might be looking to take some off of that now. Let's see. I have been slightly trimming that position just to make room for other positions because it was such a slow mover. But yeah, this is the kind of day that I'd be looking for. I'm going to let it blast through this high, and then I'm going to peel some off. So I'm going to switch over to that on the trading chart. Get ready to peel some off at I don't know, maybe 7:30. If it can get over 7:30, I will take a tiny bit off. I only have 20 shares there, but $730. So it probably could move a lot. The daily move on that ATR is $18, and today it's already moved at actually $17, and today it's already moved $18. So it's already moved how much it should. And so options on it are starting to pay off. Oh, here it goes. It looks like it's going to be breaking out. And what I'll do is I'll just sell 5%, which is one share. Okay, I'm getting ready. I'm waiting for it to print. That is a breakout right there from all-time high. But I'd like to see it hit 730. I think I'll put an order in right below 730 because that looks like it's going to there. Okay. And similar to Teva, I'll just let that sit right there, waiting for it to take, and then I'll hear that order fill. I'll be right back. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, Spotify up, Teva fully pulled back. Okay, I gotta see that. What happened over there? Okay, just missed my order. It looks like it hit 747, I think. 747, so close. And then now Spotify apparently looks like it's doing good. Let's go take a look at that. Oh yeah, very nice follow through from Spotify. Hopefully you guys got that. That was 633 stop and 646, I believe, entry. And it just hit 660. So Spotify doing outstanding. I'm even considering taking a little off. When did I buy it? I don't have my order listed here. Let's see. View trades. On the 2nd, I got it at 631.28. The 2nd, 31, did I say? I think so. Did I say? There. Don't think I've taken any out on it. Let's see. Pulling up the trade history on that now. Flex has alerted in the meantime. Spotify, we'll check in a minute. Yeah, that's an entry on Flex. This beautiful ER entry on Flex. Coming right over this pivot and that we were looking at right now. It's excellent. And I would even put the stop. You could even risk your stop to 36 on that. So that's Flex entry. I'm posting it in the official alerts. ER. Breakout in pullback. Stop 36. That's a very good one. I like that a lot. I'm going to put a pretend entry here since I was not able to buy it. Stop at 36. So it'll allow us to sort of track the group trade. And we'll come back on that. And boy, do I wish I did have that though. Very nice move off the bottom there. 47% in a month. That's a lot of strength. Okay, Spotify. So looks like, yeah, I haven't sold anything. All right, back to Spotify. Haven't sold anything, and I'm at more than 1-to-1. And the question is, when I got it, was it a full position or what was it? Let's see. Entry was 631 roughly. 28 minus a stop of, it's like 612 or something. Let's see. Let's check the alerts. I will probably have the official one there. Second, there's the second Spotify stop low of the day. Yeah. So the low of that day was 612. Okay. That is what I thought. All right. So $19.28. Oh, this is a full position. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep it that way for a moment, but I probably should peel some off. Let's see here. We're not even at a full ADR yet, though. Yeah, I'm going to wait on that. However, I'm going to take a look at it on the intraday chart. Yeah, that's just doing great. Let's just let it continue to do great. All right, back to everything else. Oh, got an alert on Meta. Yes, this is a beautiful cheat entry on Meta. Stop at 586.60. 586.60. And this would be a test size. Okay, the market itself is starting to move up now too. So that's going to start to add some wind at our backs. Hey, let me know if you're still there. Whoever's listening. As I'm about to grab some breakfast. So ASST continues to move, by the way. That was the day trade recommendation of the morning. But it is halting up, halting down. I mean, it is just absolute chaos. But the interesting thing is, once those things sort of settle down and all the halts get ringed out of the system, it can flow pretty nicely. It can go for like a flow, and then it will crap out. So, you have to be a skilled day trader in order to do something great with that. The VIX is below 25, back into 24s, so that's really good. And we already know what's going to come from the Fed. It's just that what are they going to say? We are sitting at 75% positive breadth on the market right now. That's really great. And what was I just about to look at? Yeah, a couple of names. Let's take a look at some names. So anyway, I'm going to mark this off. This would be an entry on Meta. I would get it if I could. To at least this prior pivot. If not more. All right. RBRK, how's that doing? That looks pretty tasty. Just looking for more of a low volatility handle kind of situation. That looks pretty tasty. Let's draw that out. This is essentially a resistance line that just constantly trying to get past 75, I guess is what it is. Let's take it all the way to earnings. Let's draw it all the way to earnings. You're here? All right. But listen, yeah, I'm going to call the stream now. Thanks for hanging out. I could go longer, but breakfast is cooking. I can smell it. It smells good. And I want to have a good breakfast with the wife. So, catch you back in the group. Thank you for tuning in today. And let's talk to each other in there. All right. Have a good one.